Greetings, YouTube. This is the powerful JRJuggernaut1 here. Here, under the guidance of my master, Kung Tai Ted. And for those of you who don't know who he is, should be smited. Whatever. Alright, well, welcome guys. Welcome to another daily discussion. So it's pretty obvious from the title what I'm going to be talking about. Gold Series 3. Now, it's coming out in the US in 2 days. That's pretty big considering. Um, and honestly, like, I'm just, I'm interested in seeing how valuable all the cards are going to be worth, Again, people have had their own opinions on this thing. Alex Van Zandt, in an interview, said he thinks Gold Series 3 sucks because there's really no chaser. I guess that's how he put it. Yeah, because, it's like all you'll be looking for is JD, and that's it. And I mean, to an extent, I agree. It seems like there were more valuable cards in Gold Series 2, but it also seems like in Gold Series 3 there might be more cards that people will want. I could be wrong, I'd have to look it up, but that's what I've noticed. I mean, Gold Series 3, there's a lot of cards I'd be interested in collecting or trading for, just because some of them are actually pretty damn good. Um, Now, I'm just going to go over my thoughts quickly on through the gold rares, what I think of them and my thoughts on them being on these reprints. So yeah, but before that, I just want to quickly say that my overall thoughts are that for now, I'll just say that I feel like Gold Series 3 will definitely be worth buying at least one of. But since there aren't so many like money cards in there, I'm not sure if it's a good idea to buy like a whole case worth. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, Vice Dragon. All right. So first there's Vice Dragon. Vice Dragon. I'm glad they're finally printing it. Um, I don't think it is as good as people say. It's not as good without Crush Card because you can use it with Crush Card, which is really awesome. But however, I do think that um, being able to use him is just good. I think people will find ways of utilizing his powers. Next is Exploder Dragon. I think that's the most pointless. I think he's the worst. This is the worst gold rare of the entire thing. Seriously. Worse than some of the other ones, and that's saying a lot. Why? Because I don't really see a reason why anybody would want Exploder Dragon unless you're running dragons, and even so, I don't find it to be that very useful anyway. It's just stupid. Prisma, love this. I love Prisma's being printed as a gold rare because people running Glad Beast will be able to get this card more easily. Um, it's just a good card overall, a very good card, and it's nice that people will be able to get it more easily. Dimensional Alchemists, it's a good card. I think it's nice. I don't think it's going to be worth that much, but I think people will like pimping up their alchemists, so there you go. Mizuki, Mizuki, once it went to 1 from the ban list, it started to go down in value, and what do you know, it's going to go down even more. Plague Spreader Zombie. This is good. Plague Spreader Zombie, the only other way to get this card was to trade for it or get a Crossroads of Chaos pack, but the fact that this is easier to get now is just really good, since Plague Spreader Zombie is obviously one of the best tuners in the game. Thunder King Ryo, ooh, this card is just this is great actually. This card's not going to be worth that much, but it's still going to be a great card because people are going to want Thunder King Ryo. I know it. This is just a solid card. Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. I was actually happy to hear this card was getting reprinted. I find that it's just it's nice to have this card hollow, considering it's one of the best cards in the Blackwing deck. I mean, it's freaking limited, so obviously there's something really good about it. But no, yeah, it's just, I think it's great that finally we can get this as a hollow. Infernity Archfiend. You know what? I think it makes sense that they would reprint this. I was frustrated because I bought, I originally bought like 3 playsets of the Infernity cards from the World Championship game for $60, and you know, this was before there was any hint of Archfiend being reprinted in Gold Series 3. That was aggravating. And honestly, I feel like people were even though it was getting reprinted, people were still valuing the thing way too low. I don't give a damn if it's I was like, I don't give a damn if it's being reprinted in Gold Series. It's still one of those cards where it should just stay at a pretty high number, until it's reprinted. And I was just and I it was irritated because nobody would listen to me. So and that's the only reason why I didn't value them higher when I ended up trading them. Stardust Dragon. I'm gonna say this right now. This is the card. This is my favorite card in the entire Gold series, and this is only because or okay, not my favorite card. I will say it's the card I'm gonna be looking for the most though, because it's gonna be worth a good amount of money. The Gold series, I've seen it. It looks awesome, and I'm just gonna want to use it because it looks great. That's just that's just how it is. Um, the Blackwing Synchros, people have already talked about them. It's nice the Blackwing deck is going to be a bit cheaper. It's just unfortunate, though, because the Blackwing deck, obviously, it's not at the top anymore, which is unfortunate. Mystical Space Typhoon. This is probably the second worst gold rare in the entire thing. I say this, it's not as bad as Exploder Dragon, because I can actually see people wanting a gold rare Mystical Space Typhoon. I can. I can see, like, a good majority of people wanting it, just so they can pimp out their staples. But still, there were already hollow versions of this card before. They didn't need to reprint it. It's kind of silly. My Body is a Shield. I like this. I kind of would like to use a hollow My Body. I have a rare one. I have a common one. It would be nice to have a hollow one. So that's nice. Uh, you know what? We'll just see what happens with that. Hopefully, it won't be worth that much money. Um, Smashing Ground. It's good. People want a hollow Smashing Ground, but they don't want to go to all the trouble getting the other one, so it's good. Enemy Controller. It's a nice gold rare, I think, but since it was a common before, it's not like this thing's going to be worth that much in a way. So, unfortunately, it's kind of it's not really that thrilling to see this in the Gold series. And finally, yes, finally we have Icarus Attack. I guess not much can be said about that. It's a hollow Icarus Attack. It's good, so I guess people will want it, but um, that's just my opinion. Again, though, it's nice. I guess it's very fitting, though. That obviously it's fitting that it's in the Gold Series 3 because of all the Blackwing stuff. So yeah, I think overall it's just the Gold Series 3. There's a lot of wanted cards. Making your Blackwing decks, if you're looking to make one, it's going to be easier. Um, again, my problem is I just don't know if it's going to be totally worth buying a whole case of. It's debatable. So that's why this is going to be part one. So a little after Gold Series 3 comes out, I'm going to talk about my thoughts on it. Um, you know, uh, what I think about the what I think about the Gold Series 3 in terms of whether it's worth buying. How things have been valued. I'll try to make some kind of video of that in the near future. So, yeah. So this kind of ends this daily discussion, and this is JRJuggernaut1 signing off. Peace, guys.